here's your conservative, but not bitter host, Todd Huff.
Folks, they are melting down all around us. Leading in that charge, I guess, is the media. Democrat Party not far behind. We'll talk about that this morning. We'll talk about Jennifer Rubin, you could say the token conservative. Supposedly, she was conservative. She claimed to be conservative. Op-ed writer at the Washington Post. She since, back about, I saw mid-September, took down her bio, or changed her bio on Twitter and eliminated the word conservative, which seems like a good thing to do. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about this CBS reporter who felt safer reporting in North Korea than he does reporting from and covering the White House. Just think about the utter stupidity of that statement. A place where they imprison people for not agreeing with the benevolent dictator there, Kim Jong-un. So we'll talk about that, and we'll get into other things as well. Amy Coney Barrett's hearing has been confirmed and will begin next week. Next Monday is when it's slated to begin. And of course, you may have noticed we have an election, which I believe today is the first day. I didn't confirm this morning. Maybe Oz can confirm this, but I'm almost certain today is the first day you can vote here in my state of Indiana, the Hoosier state. So, lots of stuff to discuss. Election day is 4 days away. Welcome, by the way, to the program. I am your conservative, not bitter host, Todd Huff. We'll be navigating these and other issues of the day, and we'll be doing so in a conservative, not bitter way, which, again, I'm still eagerly waiting for, the alternative, the, say, liberal version of liberal, not bitter. I'm concerned, or I'm convinced beyond a shadow of a doubt, I should say, that there is absolutely nothing close to this in the world of liberalism. It is screaming, it is emotion, it is pandemonium, it is deceit, all things that this program is clearly not. So we welcome you here this morning. Email Todd at toddhuffshow.com, facebook.com/toddhuffshow. Should you want to watch the program live or on demand, you should be able to see, although it looks like my feed is, what I'm seeing on my monitor shows a frozen screen at Facebook, but we're streaming there. It shows me that we're streaming there. We're also on YouTube and Periscope as well. But let's start here. Jennifer Rubin. Again, she's the Washington Post needs a conservative name to put onto their list of writers at the Washington Post. So she's the token conservative, although now she's not even claiming that on Twitter. But nonetheless, Jennifer Rubin sends out a series of tweets yesterday. This was, of course, after President Trump tweeted at 6:30 p.m. that he was leaving the great Walter Reed Medical Center. He was feeling really good. And of course, he said, don't be afraid of COVID, which we can talk about that as well. His tweet continues by saying, don't let it dominate your life. We have developed under the Trump administration some really great drugs and knowledge. I feel better than I did 20 years ago. Exclamation point. Of course, this is the trigger tweet. This is a tweet that is completely predictable as far as what it does, the action that it causes. It's a tweet that triggers the media. And it did that. In fact, Jennifer Rubin was triggered. Actually, no, I missed. She tweeted before Trump's tweet. She knew that she had, of course, we talked yesterday about Trump leaving. It looked like he was leaving yesterday. And she knew that, so she tweeted actually before tweet. So the The second tweet just sent her into utter despair mode. But she knew, as someone in the media, someone in the know, that Trump was going to be released. And so yesterday afternoon, she tweeted out here, she tweeted out, any MD, medical doctor, those who publicly endorse this insanity needs to lose his or her license, period. So I guess anyone who believes that Trump could go home, I guess if you have COVID, in the world of Jennifer Rubin, Jennifer Vote Early Rubin, as she puts on her Twitter handle here, I guess she believes that if you have COVID, you need to be forced into, I guess, a medical facility and locked down and not allowed to go anywhere. You don't have that choice to, I guess, to even stay at your home and even self-quarantine there. You have to, I guess, report to where Jennifer Rubin believes you should report. And if any medical doctor, I guess, that's what I'm to take of this, all Trump was doing was going home. She doesn't want the guy going home. Why doesn't she want him going home? Because he has COVID. Remember, this was 15 days to flatten the curve, and now you can't go home. You cannot go home if you have COVID, period. And if a doctor thinks that, he or she needs to lose his or her medical license. Isn't that cute? So that's what she treated. Not to be outdone, she continues. 12 minutes later, maybe after I shouldn't say that. She continues here, 12 minutes later, probably at least after another mini meltdown, screaming at the television or her Twitter feed or something. She says Congress might want to defund Walter Reed. Folks, the other sentence in this tweet says it is a public health hazard. Public health hazard, Walter Reed. Walter Reed is best known for being the facility where our brave military personnel who have experienced, whatever battlefield injuries they may have sustained, this is where many of them go for treatment. And she is now apparently at least calling for Congress to think about defunding Walter Reed because they told President Trump he could go home. I guess a 74-year-old obese man with COVID, she tweets, this is the last one, who might have lung damage and a pattern of disregarding medical advice is returned to an environment where he may infect others. What planet does Conley, that's President Trump's personal physician, inhabit? Where's the rest of Walter Reed, the VP? They are remarkable cowards. This is what she tweets. This is what she tweeted yesterday. So she's contemplating a call to defund Walter Reed. She is basically saying any doctor who believes that President Trump should be allowed to go home from the hospital, where I might add he voluntarily went. May I also point out he's the president of the United States. The president of the United States. I listen. I have a friend who has a loved one in the hospital right now, and he was explaining to me the visitation schedule recently. And I'm going to tell you, it is sad to me to hear some of this stuff. This particular individual has a loved one in the hospital, and you're allowed to visit. So they allow the person to be visited 1 hour, one time a day by one person. So there's two windows, as I understand it, of time where you can go and visit. One is in the morning, I believe, and then one is in the afternoon. But you can only be there for one of those hours. This is the stated policy. In fact, whenever you print or fill out your ID badge or whatever, whenever it's printed, there's a time stamp or you write the time or some such thing. That there's somehow the nursing staff can look at you somewhere on that badge, as I understand it, and see that you have, what time you arrived. So they can look there and they can say, you've got 3 minutes until you have to get out of here. And so this particular individual is I'm dealing, is visiting a loved one who has had a serious medical condition. No one has COVID. But that's the stated reason for this is to protect against the spread of COVID. I have for a while now. We have an elderly family friend that had a COVID scare back several months ago as well, and I just, you listen to some of these stories, you hear some of the things that have happened, you hear some of the horror stories of people that we've let in this country, hospitals have let effectively die alone. And I understand, I know that this is complicated. I understand all that. But I mean, Jennifer Rubin basically appears to be calling for more of this. In fact, if they're not ready to take the heavy-handed position of taking away a doctor's license for saying someone can go home, she thinks they should lose their license, period. I'll say this, if there was a conservative license, she would have forfeited that a long time ago. There is not, by the way. Although you can get your conservative not bitter official membership card. We would have revoked it. we would have revoked her membership card had she done something like this. Had she done something like this as a member of the conservative not bitter party. Of course, she's very bitter and not very conservative. So I don't know what she would even call it. Liberal not bitter. There we go. We end up right where we started. The alternative to conservative not bitter is actually, in the world of liberalism, modern, radical, just, media-driven, liberal not bitter. That is what the political alternative is. And we see it on display here. She's not a conservative. I don't know if I'm going to call her a liberal. She's a Trump hater. She's blinded by rage. And this is just one example. This is from one who would consider herself or call herself, at least at one point, a conservative. This is the best the media can find. The media has no idea. The media can't find. In their minds, they have scoured the planet. They've looked high and low for someone to represent conservatism. They can't find any. The only person they can find is someone like Jennifer Rubin, who turns out to be liberal and bitter, not conservative, not bitter. And this is the best, again, that they can find. Because in their minds, folks, conservatives, if they want someone who's smart enough to write for the Washington Post, that eliminates conservatives that you and I know, because we're not smart enough. We don't understand the complexities of the world. We don't understand why it's necessary for government to take these massive actions, to look out for our best interest, to solve our problems, to take more money from the wealthy, to make promises like Joe Biden does to cure cancer and to cure diabetes and to cure Alzheimer's. Biden's going to do that day one, I think. Day one, and probably add COVID to that. He'll cure COVID along with diabetes, along with Alzheimer's, along with cancer, day number one. Boom. What's next? Let's see. World peace, day two. Boom. Biden will probably even maybe get a Nobel Peace Prize. By the way, Trump did not. Trump got 3 nominations, did not get the Nobel Peace Prize. I would have loved it if Trump got the Nobel Peace Prize. Talk about meltdown mode. The left would have completely lost it. The media would have completely melted down even further. But I was thinking about this, and I told a friend, I got to take a break here. But I was thinking about this the other day. And I really do believe, now it's a close call, but I really believe that the media, I'm pausing because it is a close call. I think the media is more dangerous than the radical left. Now, let me explain. I don't mean to imply that there's a reason to this, to what I'm saying here, and I want to maybe share that after the break. And we'll also talk about this CBS guy was more afraid to be at the White House covering, COVID than he was to be in North Korea, which is utterly just ridiculous. Anyway, that being said, quick timeout is in order. You're listening here to the home of conservative, not bitter talk. I'm your host, Todd Huff, back in just a minute.
Listen to Todd's show on your way to work, but want to hear more? Don't miss a beat. Visit toddhuffshow.com/listen to catch the program anytime, anywhere.
Have you seen the price of custom cabinetry and countertops lately? If you're looking for quality, affordable remodels, call Carriage House Woodworking. Our helpful professionals will walk you through every step of the process. We're offering a free sink base with qualifying purchases. Just enter CHWEINC.com/Todd or call 317-406-3042. Call Carriage House Woodworking. You won't have to spend your kids' inheritance just to upgrade your kitchen.
Did you know that there are 21,000 chimney fires annually? It's one of the reasons why it's so important to have a CSIA certified chimney technician clean and inspect your chimney every year. Keep your family safe by joining our 3-year sweep and inspection plan. And mention Todd to be entered to win $1,000 in cash. Contact Smalling Masonry, a Christian-owned business, at 317-903-8121 to learn more today.
Are you one of the growing number of Hoosiers who are concerned about higher taxes, increased spending, and massive debt? So am I. I'm Donald Rainwater, the Libertarian candidate for governor of the state of Indiana. I believe that all Hoosier businesses provide the necessities of life to their owners and employees, and that all Hoosiers are essential. As your governor, I will safeguard your rights to life, liberty, property, and the pursuit of happiness as defined by you, not the government. To learn more, go to rainwaterforindiana.com. We need better government, not bigger government. My name's Donald Rainwater, and I approve this message. Paid for by Rainwater for Indiana.
If you filed for a 6-month extension on your taxes this year, October 15th is a crucial deadline. Many of the millions of individuals who filed for an extension have still yet to file before the October deadline. If you need help, call Jody Dowdle with Midwest Tax Group, 317-288-5260. It's important to file your taxes before the deadline in order to avoid penalties. Even if you can't pay, or even if it's been a few years since you filed, you have to file that return this year. If you're facing a tough tax situation, Jody and the team at Midwest Tax Group can help you through it by filing any back taxes owed or even setting up a payment arrangement with the IRS. You need a professional you can trust with years of experience to help you avoid any tax pitfalls and make sure you get every deduction you deserve. And as Jody's client, you can consult with him year-round at no charge. Midwest Tax Group has 4 office locations in Castleton, Greenwood, Plainfield, and Greenfield. Schedule your appointment today at 317-288-5260 or visit their website at mwtaxgroup.com.
Business leaders, are your employees satisfied with their jobs? Do they enjoy coming to work and feel valued? Workforce Chaplains can help. Locally owned, we work with organizations to provide holistic care to their employees. I'm Marcus Schrader, president of Workforce Chaplains, and we offer your team a 24/7 support system that positively affects your company's culture and productivity. With our personalized pricing and diverse support system, we handle the issues that you wish you had time for. To learn more, visit us at workforcechaplains.com.
Ever wondered what shooting a real machine gun feels like? At Indie Trading Post, you can have an awesome and safe shooting experience in our family-friendly environment. Firing a weapon on full auto is something you will always remember. Schedule some range time today and let Indie Trading Post give you the real machine gun shooting experience. We guarantee you'll have a blast. Give us a call at 317-782-4867 or schedule your range time at fullautoindy.com.
Radon is an invisible, odorless gas that kills more people than drunk driving. In fact, radon is the leading cause of lung cancer in non-smokers. Is radon threatening the health of your family? Call Radon Environmental at 317-843-0804. Radon Environmental specializes in radon testing and mitigation. The process is quick, easy, and worth it. Radon Environmental wants to make sure your family's health is not at risk. Call 317-843-0804. All right. For those of you watching on Facebook, I just double and triple and quadruple checked. It appears that you can now see me moving instead of a frozen frame. I'm not sure what that was about. Just reconnected the camera during the break, and voila. Appears to be that we are moving in said frame again instead of being frozen in time. Facebook might not have liked something I said, although they didn't take the audio. They just took the movement. The video component. Anyway, so before the break, I had said that I think, and I want to be, anytime that you communicate, there's a two-way street here. It's what I say and what the listener hears, and I want to make sure that I'm addressing any questions or thoughts you may have about the comment I made, which again is this. I believe that the bigger threat to America at the moment is the media, more so than the radical left or the Democrat Party. Now, let me say this. The ideology is the ultimate greatest threat. So the ideology embraced by the radical left is the most dangerous thing. But what makes the media more dangerous is that they deceive and mislead people. They lead people into false choices. You're either for Trump and you're a Nazi, or you're for America and you're for Biden. That, for example, is a false choice that the media narrative tends to sometimes directly state, whether it's through journalists or some op-ed crazies like Jennifer Rubin, who poses as the token conservative at the Washington Post, but in fact is another lover of big government, another person who hates Trump, another person who doesn't really tell us the things that are positive that have happened in our nation since the electing of Donald Trump, since Donald Trump was elected back in 2016. Yes, I know by uttering those words, I can hear liberals throughout the fruited plain screaming at the universe right now, "Ah, not my president," right? These are the sorts of things they yell. Probably at some point, I'm sure some court will determine that I am financially responsible for their mental health, maybe needing to provide mental health services, maybe providing crayons and coloring books to help them cope, maybe even provide a service dog, adult Play-Doh like they used back in 2016. And candidly, I hope they put their big boy and big girl pants on for 2020. But if my choice is to have a President Donald J. Trump, reelected president, or liberals screaming at the universe once again using Play-Doh, then I say let's invest in as much Play-Doh as we can. So, but I think the larger threat, the more imminent threat is the media, because I'll tell you this, I believe that most people, people might push the button, pull the lever, punch the Chad, whatever, for Biden, who are not radical leftists. That is certainly going to happen. Now, radical leftists are going to, well, we think they might not, because they might still be mad at Biden for the way that Democrats have handled Bernie Sanders yet again in 2020, as they did in 2016. They did not want this guy to be their nominee, and they put every safeguard and precaution into place to prevent that from being the case in both 2016 and in 2020. And so the Democrats are not happy about that. They're also, because Biden is a bit of a, what I want to say, chameleon of sorts. He doesn't really want to show his true colors. He wants to blend in with what he thinks is popular for who he's speaking with at the moment. By the way, did you see Biden? Maybe I'll play this soundbite. Biden said the reason he was able to stay home during COVID is because black women stocked his grocery store shelves. He actually said that. Well, maybe I'll try to play that next segment. But anyway, so yes, there's problems, obviously, with the candidates. The candidates are chameleons. But what allows candidates to be chameleons? It is a complicit media. The founders were brilliant when they established our Constitution, when they talked about the First Amendment, the freedom of the press. They understood that in order for a constitutional republic, which this may be a news flash if some recovering liberal tuned in this morning, but this is a constitutional republic. It is not a pure democracy. There are certainly democratic aspects to this. Our voice matters, but we live in a constitutional republic. We do not live in a pure democracy. The left wants you to think that. They want you to think that if a majority of people, 50% plus one person, can tell the rest of us how to live, how much money we can keep, what we can do with our free time, what we can say, what we can believe, who we can support, what we can watch, what we can wear, whether or not someone holds us hostage at a hospital, as Jennifer Rubin believes. They want us, the founders, well, that's what the left wants you to believe, that we live in this democracy. But the founders understood that we certainly play a role, right? We certainly play a role. In fact, Franklin told the woman outside in Philadelphia that we have a republic as long as we can keep it. We have a very intimate role in keeping this, but we don't have a pure democracy. We have a constitutional representative republic. And the biggest threat to that republic, and the founders understood this, is, well, the consolidation of power, and then no one really knowing what's going on. So consolidation of power, bad. Consolidation of power behind closed doors, even worse. So if there's a the founders assumed that people would be trying to consolidate power. The founders understood. That's why they put safeguards in the Constitution. That's why we have 3 branches of government. That's why we have a lot of the things that we have built within our system today. The founders understood the nature of man, and power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. The founders completely understood this. And so they also believed that the biggest threat to people, trying to get away with things that would upset free people is to expose it to the light of day. The light of truth, which is supposed to be carried by the media. The media is just supposed to shine a light on what's going on. They're not supposed to have an agenda. They're not supposed to have a narrative. They're not supposed to have a, quote, dog in the fight. They're simply supposed to, as they used to say, they still say it, but they don't do it, hold truth to power. Just show us what's going on. Tell us. Don't tell us what to make of it. Don't act like it's a bigger deal when the Republicans do it than when the Democrats do it. Don't ignore it when the Democrats do it and make it up when the Republicans do it. All that sort of stuff. Don't act like Trump is a Nazi dictator when that's absolutely clearly not the case. But yet this is what many have allowed these folks to get away with. And it's as though there's no filter, or there's no critical lens through which people look at the media. But the media, I think, is more dangerous because they're supposed to be, and some people still believe that they are, a group that's simply trying to tell us what's going on, and that is not practically the case. They're a group that's designed to be effectively the PR firm, the campaign of the Democrat Party. And how on earth is that a good thing? By the way, I don't want them to be the campaign arm or the PR firm for the Republican Party either. I just want them to report what's true. I don't want them to have an agenda. Now, I understand that that is so far from reality, but we have to hold the media accountable. And we have to demand that they tell us information instead of simply trying to lead us down the narrative that takes us where they want us to go. And that's what we've got. And that's really, back to this Jennifer Rubin thing. That's what, her narrative is, don't vote for Trump. And if anybody does anything that, basically allows this guy to try to get one vote, she's against it. She wants him locked in Walter Reed, like Joe Biden locked himself in his own basement, or the Joe Biden campaign did. And Oz is telling me it's time to take a break. Oz also told me, she did confirm today is the first day, I thought it was, for votes to be cast through early voting here in the great state of Indiana. So you can check out your county's locations and that sort of thing. But it has officially begun here in the great state of Indiana. Quick timeout is in order. Sit tight. Be back in just a minute.
Is it possible to be a fan of the show if you don't have the gear to prove it? Why not be safe and remove all doubt? Shop for official merchandise at toddhuffshow.com/shop today.
Hi, this is Caleb with Gluff Plumbing. Does your home need some plumbing updates? Gluff Plumbing is your solution. We specialize in updating old plumbing, everything from water heaters to well pumps, to underground leaks and everything that has to do with water entering and leaving the home, including water and sewer main excavations. We pride ourselves on old-fashioned customer service. Call Gluff Plumbing at 765-721-6789 or visit gluffplumbing.com. That's GLUFF plumbing.com. Call us today.
There's a lot going on in the world today, and with so much going on, it's sometimes hard to maintain balance. Jesus said in John 16:33, "In this world you will have tribulation, but take heart, I have overcome the world." I'm Pastor Jeff Floyd of the Martinsville First Church of the Nazarene. To experience how life can be better with Jesus, come worship at M1 Church at 10 a.m. this Sunday, 1609 John R. Wooden Drive in Martinsville, or catch our live stream service on Facebook at M1 Church. For more information, visit m1nazarene.org. Have a great day today in Jesus.
Need to refresh or renovate your commercial space? Call Interior Construction Services today, providing the highest level of quality construction at a competitive price. Our service-minded team is here to deliver the detail-oriented environment you're looking to create, on time and on budget. Call us at 317-991-4660 or visit us online at interiorconstruct.com. Interior Construction Services. Progressive, productive, professional.
The compassion of Christ. It's living life connecting to the broken and messy world. It's not simply walking down the street and dropping a quarter in someone's bucket. It's been perverted by Satan from biblical compassion to feeling sorry for, and sympathy isn't where God wants us to live. It's connecting to broken people in our daily life. Living the compassion of Christ.
Geothermal tax credits are back, making this the perfect time to install a new Climate Master geothermal system. Take advantage of this limited time 26% tax credit and begin cutting your heating and cooling bills immediately. Visit indianageothermal.com/info to get your free Climate Master information kit or call 317-829-1490. Visit indianageothermal.com/info or call 317-829-1490. Geothermal, it's cheaper than you think.
All right, here we go. $100 down, $200 back at $300.
I went to my first firearms auction a few years ago. It was hosted by TJ Freege, one of my good friends from high school, who is a champion auctioneer and one of the best in the business. In spite of objections from liberal legislators, I walked away with a .22 rifle and a few boxes of ammunition. And I had a great afternoon with my grandpa that I won't soon forget. If you've ever wondered what treasure you could find in an auction, visit FreegeAuctioneers.com and take a look at their upcoming Central Indiana auction schedule. That's Freege, F-R-E-I-J-E, auctioneers.com. Visit FreegeAuctioneers.com.
Hi, I'm TJ Freege, owner and lead auctioneer at Freege & Freege Auctions and Marketing. I invite you to come see the power of live auctions. It's fast, it's fun, it's transparent, and it's the absolute best way to ensure you get fair market value for your asset today. Get results, go auction.
All your life, you've planned and taken care of the people you love. They always knew you had a plan. Taking care of your final wishes will give them one final gift. Buying your headstones direct through Thomas Monument saves your loved ones additional stress during a difficult time and saves money by cutting out the middleman. Call 317-244-6525 or go online to thomasmonument.com to understand why families have trusted us since 1962.
Welcome back. Joe Biden, I told you before the break. Whoa, that got bumped up. Sorry about that. Mic level was way high there. Okay, so Joe Biden telling us the reason he was able to quarantine. Now someone has laid music. I think that this was put together by Turning Point USA senior contributor Rob Smith. So this is just something that's on social media. I didn't see it from his Twitter account, but there's music laid behind this. The music wasn't going on. I know in your mind when Biden speaks, you hear kind of circus or clown music in the background anyway. You're not imagining that this morning. You're not hallucinating. You really are hearing it. It's been laid in there. It wasn't actually playing. So two things. It wasn't actually playing during his conversation, as he has his mask on now with the microphone, no one around. This is what, look, Biden wearing the mask at this point is just to constantly remind people, a visual reminder that Trump created this scenario. So he'll wear that thing. That's why sports reporters wear them in empty stadiums when they're not 50 yards from the team. There's no one around. They put their mask on. I guarantee you the second the cameras are off, now some of them may not do this, but certainly some of them do. You've seen CNN reporters do the same thing. CNN reporters have their masks on, complaining about why no one in a certain town or city doesn't wear a mask, just beside themselves, and then every person that's behind the camera doesn't have a mask on. You've seen this. This was something that happened back over the summer. So the music in the background wasn't actually playing at this Biden event, though it certainly could have been and arguably should have been. You're also not hallucinating and hearing the music and making it up in your mind, as your mind probably, when you listen to Biden speak, creates for itself some sort of accompanying music that, kind of fits this clownish campaign we've been subjected to for the past however long, a year now, however long he's been campaigning. You could say 47 years, I guess, in another way. But anyway, Biden actually says the reason he was able to stay home, I'm looking at it right now, this is from Tampa. This was in Tampa back, it says September 15th. Someone, again, Turning Point USA, dug in and I guess found this. But the reason he was able to stay sequestered in his home was because some black woman was able to stock the grocery shelf. This is what in the world? Here it is. Listen to the soundbite.
You see, geez, the reason I was able to stay sequestered in my home is because some black woman was able to stack the grocery shelf.
Actually, he didn't even say stock. He said stack. Some black woman was able to stack the grocery shelf. I saw I think it was Dave Rubin tweeted, "You ain't black if you're not stacking Joe Biden's grocery shelf." Oh my goodness, the insanity of this. Yeah, I was actually thinking the reason he was able to stay sequestered in his home for all this time was because the media allowed it. I thought his campaign prayed for it. They wanted this. I thought that's what the reason that Joe Biden was able to stay sequestered in his home. And I don't even have to tell you the race of those on his campaign team. See, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if they're black, white, Hispanic, Latino, Asian. It doesn't make any difference. See, I thought the reason he was sequestered was so that he didn't have to go out there and show people really what he thought. I thought that maybe the reason, actually not maybe, definitely the reason that he didn't go out there was because he didn't want to hear people to hear him say stupid stuff like this. See, folks, this is not a gaffe. A gaffe is misspeaking. A gaffe is even when Biden says the virus killed 210 million people. I can understand that. I know what people say he doesn't know how many people are in the United States. I understand that. But the virus, according to data, they say that the virus has killed 210,000 people. To whatever degree you believe the data, that's whatever. That's what's being reported. 210,000 people. He says 210 million. That's a gaffe. That's a slip of the tongue. I understand that. He's talking. He's on stage. He's got a lot of numbers. He's trying to rattle off about different things. While it's clearly not in the realm of reality. That would be 65% of the American population, even north of that. That's a gaffe. Saying that the only reason you were able to stay sequestered in your home during COVID was because a black woman stocked or stacked, as Biden says, your grocery shelf. That is not a gaffe. That is a stupid statement. If Trump said something like this, it would be deemed racist. I mean, this is obvious, right? Oh, Trump thinks the only people that stack grocery shelves are both racist and sexist. A black woman. It can't even be a black man. We know he's racist. Now he's picking a black woman. It's silly. It really is truly silly. This is not a gaffe. This is exposing how the guy thinks, what the campaign talks about behind closed doors. Joe, you got to somehow show empathy and sympathy and connection with black women. So this is what Biden comes up with, saying that the only reason he could stay home was because some black woman stacked, as he put it, or stocked his grocery shelves. I mean, it's just patently ridiculous. It is so pathetic. So truly pathetic. To think like that, I just can't. It's so far from the world that I live in. Got to take a break. Listening to conservative, not bitter talk. I can't believe this. Back in just a minute.
Looking to make a conservative, not bitter fashion statement? Check out our apparel online, including brand new items at toddhuffshow.com/shop today.
This is the sound of your typical do-it-yourselfer in completely over his head.
For heating, plumbing,
and electrical done right.
Call Mr. Quick. Call Mr. Quick. Dial the number, spell the words. For on time.
Anxiety, depression, relationship problems, past trauma. Problems rarely get better when given time. Care to Change counseling can help. Our professionals combined evidence-based care models with scripture to get you on the path to a productive life. We are here to help you make the changes you need for a healthier, happier you. Take that brave step today. Call Care to Change at 317-790-9396 or visit caretochange.org.
Do you use the expensive blue or yellow pills to charge your sex life? Are you thinking about it? What if we can promise you the same results for less than $3 a pill? If you're paying $20 a pill for the other pills, you're getting taken to the cleaners. Our pills deliver the exact same results for less than $3. You'll save more than $16 a pill for the same results. And right now, radio callers will get 44 blue or yellow pills for $120 with free discreet shipping. You can save more than $700 off pharmacy prices. Charge your sex life now and save a ton of money. Call now and get your 44 pills and save over $700 and qualify for free shipping. Stop overpaying and call right now.
800-764-9168. 800-764-9168. 800-764-9168. That's 800-764-9168.
We all know having health insurance doesn't always equal health care. That's why at Freedom HealthWorks, we believe the key to maintaining good health is based on a straightforward, personal relationship with your physician. With our direct doctor-patient relationship model, we remove your healthcare middleman and replace him with transparent pricing and incentive to call your doctor at the first sign of illness. So if you're ready to experience real care from a doctor that really cares about you, go to freedomhealthworks.com and learn more about the benefits of our direct primary care model. Freedom HealthWorks. Be treated better.
Our partner, Global Plasma Solutions, has published ionization testing results that demonstrate a 99.4% reduction rate on a SARS-CoV-2 COVID-19 surface strain within 30 minutes. This is the first instance that an air purification company has effectively neutralized SARS-CoV-2. Commercial Service Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing is installing this solution in businesses and homes in South Central Indiana. Get your free information kit at commercialservice.com/info. Commercial Service, commercial grade service for your home.
What if your bank treated you like a person instead of an account number? What if you could sit across from the person you are opening an account with or requesting a loan from and have an actual conversation? You may be thinking, Todd, that's crazy talk. Well, not at Citizens Bank. Come visit them in Monrovia and meet Nick Gibson, their new branch manager, and the rest of their staff. Or give them a call at 317-831-0110. Citizens Bank is an equal housing lender and member FDIC. reporter for CBS. I mentioned this earlier in the program. Actually, I just retweeted his initial tweet. This guy's name is Ben Tracy. And Ben actually said, this was 18 hours ago, I felt safer reporting in North Korea than I currently do reporting at the White House. This is just crazy. Of course, this was tweeted out after President Trump was allowed to go home in spite of Jennifer Rubin's desire for totalitarian regimes to be operating here in the United States of America, even regimes that can control the president of the United States, I guess. Ben Tracy says, I felt safer reporting in North Korea than I currently do reporting at the White House. This is just crazy. Then, 5 hours later, he says, for context, folks, this is in reference to the COVID-19 outbreak at the White House. Now, I have some questions for Ben and CBS. If, of course, there are multiple people at the White House who have tested positive for COVID-19, and just have a couple of questions. Number one, are you wearing a mask? We've been told that masks save us. There's no concern at all, apparently, if you wear a mask. Number two, let's say you don't believe that. Let's say that you are reasonable and think that a mask might help some, but clearly it doesn't save all, help in all circumstances. The virus, of course, is smaller than anything you can actually put over your face, short of something that's actually airtight. Having a loose-fitting mask, while it certainly could stop some droplets, some things like that, it cannot stop the virus itself, which is smaller than the microscopic holes on said mask. So let's say that you work at CBS and you say, hey, CBS, got a problem covering the White House. There's a lot of people with COVID-19 positive tests over there. Does it occur to Ben and the rest of the folks at CBS or anyone else in the media that maybe you would say, hey, as a precaution or out of an abundance of caution, we're going to take these precautions to prevent your exposure. Maybe even we don't go inside. Maybe we cover. With technology, there's about 5,000 things I can think of right here on the spot that would prevent putting Ben Tracy at risk, if in fact that's really what's going on there. It just seems preposterous to me, as though there's nothing that Ben and CBS News can do about this. We've had players opt out of playing. For those of you that watched, the only reason I even cared about the NFL this weekend was because of the Colts won. It was a predictor. It predicts now that Trump is going to win the presidency. And that predictor is 100% right, going back to 2004, which is the first year that the Colts and Bears played every game during a presidential election year. So that is the only reason I cared about the NFL. But there's players in the NFL who did not play the season. Can Ben Tracy. Can Ben Tracy do something about that? It seems crazy to me. And to compare, to say he feels safer, literally safer, he felt safer reporting in North Korea, where journalists are imprisoned. Where people are imprisoned and tortured and forced to believe in ideology, forced to believe in the benevolent dictator, is just plain absurd and ridiculous. The guy clearly has no idea anything about the nation that he was reporting on. He has no idea. He apparently buys into the smiles of Kim Jong-un and the cheering people behind him. Oh, man, they must really love this guy. That must have been Ben's perception of North Korea. Got to take a break along in the segment. Come back and wrap up. Sit tight, back in just a minute.
Like what you hear on Todd's show? Why not get more by signing up for Todd's free Semi-Sweet Morsels of Truth newsletter? To subscribe, visit toddhuffshow.com/subscribe or text HUFF to 31996.
Does your business have a plan for social media marketing? Are you reaching the right audiences through Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and the list goes on? Are you learning from the data? Jarbo can help. Our team doesn't just come in and tell you how to be successful. We help you execute and measure your sales and marketing efforts. Give us a call at 317-834-6560 or visit us online at jarbomarketing.com. That's jarbomarketing.com. Make social media work for you.
Did you know that there are 21,000 chimney fires annually? It's one of the reasons why it's so important to have a CSIA certified chimney technician clean and inspect your chimney every year. Keep your family safe by joining our 3-year sweep and inspection plan. And mention Todd to be entered to win $1,000 in cash. Contact Smalling Masonry, a Christian-owned business, at 317-903-8121 to learn more today.
Our word can't be diluted, because we are taught that a promise is a commitment in which you always follow through. No ifs, ands, or buts. So every time you walk through Greg Hubler Chevrolet doors, you can count on the advice and expertise we provide you. Because when we make a promise, we keep it. Greg Hubler Chevrolet. Promise kept. Visit GregHublerChevy.com. Find new roads.
If you own a rental property, you know the hassles of marketing, renting, collecting, and the handling of maintenance and repairs. One call to Zuluscape can put an end to your property management headaches. Zuluscape has over 20 years of experience helping landlords throughout central Indiana and taking the stress out of owning a rental. From A to Z, let Zuluscape handle it all so you can enjoy owning a rental instead of hating being a landlord. Give us a call at 317-663-8485 or visit our website at Zuluscape.com.
Healthcare is expensive and complicated. Did you know that as a Christian business owner, it is possible to provide access to affordable health benefits for your employees? Remodel Health has helped employers across the United States save over $22 million in the past 3 years. Our innovative approach allows your employees to have the health benefits they need at a cost you can afford. Go to remodelhealth.com/Todd to help your employees find the healthcare they deserve. Remodel Health. Rethink employee health benefits.
You rely on your vehicle every day. It's not a member of the family, but you spend as much time with it as most family members. You wouldn't take your family to just any doctor, so don't trust your vehicle to just any repair service. At Raymond's Auto and Truck Repair in Plainfield, we have well-trained, caring technicians that have the expertise to get you back on the road. For 25 years, we've been servicing personal, commercial, and fleet vehicles. Give us a call at 317-838-7112 for the car service you deserve.
Hi, this is Caleb with Gluff Plumbing. Does your home need some plumbing updates? Gluff Plumbing is your solution. We specialize in updating old plumbing, everything from water heaters to well pumps, to underground leaks and everything that has to do with water entering and leaving the home, including water and sewer main excavations. We pride ourselves on old-fashioned customer service. Call Gluff Plumbing at 765-721-6789 or visit gluffplumbing.com. That's GLUFF plumbing.com. Call us today.
Folks, just waning seconds here today. Really quickly, one of the things that Trump got in trouble for was saying that we shouldn't fear COVID. People freaking out in the media about this, as though we should. Look, just to say you should, not fearing it doesn't mean that you don't take it seriously or don't try to prevent against it or think that it can't harm you. But why should we want to fear anything? That's what the media wants. That's what the Democrat Party wants. It's the platform in which they run on. I've got to go. Thanks for listening. SDGC tomorrow. Take care.
As a listener of this program, I have no doubt that you embrace the value of hard work, honesty, and integrity. And when you have the opportunity to work with a company that fully embraces and shares these values, I'm sure you jump at it. Economy Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing is just that type of company in central Indiana. Jeff and Jod Woods have a team of professional technicians here to help tune up your furnace or install a quality new train system. And they're also here to fix those nasty plumbing problems that seem to happen at the absolute worst time. So the next time you have a plumbing, heating, or cooling need, give the good folks at Economy Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing a call. Call 317-831-5600
317-831-5279. That's 317-831-5279. Or visit economyheatingandair.com.
Are you concerned about your investments? Intrepid Financial has been educating, customizing, and servicing Hoosier investment portfolios since 1998. Our family-owned and operated business builds strong bonds with our clients. When you call, we answer the phone, always ready to walk you through your investment strategy. Intrepid means without fear. We want our clients to be fearless, to feel secure with their investments. Give us a call at 317-818-1776 or visit us online at intrepidfinancial.com.
Corin Homes is expanding their 55-plus community. Briar Creek is the only senior manufactured home community in Indianapolis featuring Indiana-built homes. Floor plans and finishes starting at $75,000. Enjoy affordable, low-maintenance lifestyle with the charm of a residential neighborhood. Located minutes from I-465 in Fort Harrison State Park. Corin Homes, family owned and operated since 1955. Check us out at COHRONhomes.com. Mention the Todd Huff Show and receive a $1,000 discount on your new home.
Does your business have a plan for social media marketing? Are you reaching the right audiences through Facebook, Instagram?